Welcome back, everybody. Driver53 here, and today I've got a video looking at the production packs, or more specifically the production chains in FS19. Yes, I'm going to call these things production chains because you are going to be able to chain these together just like Giants announced in the beginning of June that you're going to be able to link production facilities together in chains in FS22. This is the console version right here. It's the Placeable Factories Pack is what it is by erShaba and the VSR modding, and they're production chains to me. So I've already done a couple videos on it, and I didn't have the best success because I was using a map that didn't allow everything to be shown. So what I did is I came onto Ravensberg here, and I loaded everything in, and it's all working really well. I haven't run into any issues yet. So as we progress through this, if I come up with anything, I'll let you know. But so far, everything is going really good on this map. I know it's a European map, but it can be played as an American map also. You just kind of have to not think about the buildings as being American. Tons of huge fields out here if you want to use your big equipment. Tons of places on this map to be able to build your own farm, put these factories down, everything like that. I just took over a field here, but there's a lot closer or a lot better places to be able to do this. I picked somewhere close to the shop and other facilities so we could test easily. But like I said, this is a restart. So let's go over some of this data again because it's a little bit different. It definitely is. What I did is I created 60,000 liters of each product using the production 1 and production 2. Alright, so what that's going to look like, if I go to our menu here, you can see productivity 1, productivity 2. You can rewatch those videos over there that explains it a little bit better, exactly what's going on, how I got here, and why I did what I did. So I'll go ahead and link those videos up here above. You can see that this one's completely out of food on production 2, and production 1 still has a little bit. It's going to keep kind of chugging away. Even though you don't have anything, it's still going to keep eating away at your stuff. So make sure that you get your product out of here. I left it all here so you guys could see that we did make 60,000 liters of each one. But the really interesting thing about on this map right here, okay, this is Ravensberg. On this map, production 1 took 6.2 days. All right, to be able to create 60,000 liters. So a little bit longer than just 6 hours. On production 2, it only took 4.875 days. So a little bit under 5 days. It was like 3 hours short. All right, and the other one was like 5 hours over 6 days. So roughly 5 days and 6 days is your difference here. So instead of 6 and 8, it's drastically reduced on the production 1, and production 2 is just a little bit faster, which is nice, really nice. So next, diesel used was about the same. It's about 15,500, and for production 1, and for production 2, it was 25,000. So a little bit more use on the fuel, but you're getting it done just a little bit faster. You can see that total production per day was almost 10,000 liters on the production 1, and for production 2 was a little bit over 12,000 liters, which is really awesome. The amount of diesel used per day, 2,500 liters on production 1 and 5,100 and change on production 2. So the reason I'm giving you guys all this data, I've got the spreadsheet showing here, and I have for a bit, but I'm giving you all this data so you guys can see where I'm getting all my information from. All right. Next, total canola. We use 62,000 liters of canola to produce 60,000 liters of biodiesel. So not bad. But on production 2, we use 97,500 liters of canola to produce 60,000 liters. So it's going to take more, all right, but you get it faster. Really interesting. And as you can see, the canola used per day, production 1 is 10,000, production 2 is 20,000. So double the canola, but you're not getting it twice as fast. It's only just slightly faster. I'm showing you the biodiesel sell price right here. This is the average that I can see. There's 4 places on this map to be able to sell your biodiesel right now, and it's $2,500. That's the average at the time that I looked at it. It could be more, it could be less. For this right here, what we're going to do is say that it's a $150,000 sale price. So if you take 2,500 times your volume of 60,000 liters, you're going to get $150,000. So it's going to take you either 5 or 6 days to make $150,000 here. Now, that's not including the price of the fuel. The price of the fuel was $1.25 per liter. So as you can see, on production 1, we use 15,500 liters, which is a little bit over $19,000 in fuel cost. All right. So if you subtract that from your profits, you're left with $130,625. Now, this is all average based on that's the sale price. If you get it there, everything like that. So just based on these numbers, you're going to make about $130,000. So if you look at production 2, it costs us $31,000, a little bit over for the same for 25,000 liters of fuel. All right, so the profit on that is almost $119,000, but you get it quicker. Okay, so if you look at profit per day, it's really interesting because production 1, you're making more profit, but it takes you longer to get there. It's $21,000 and $21,069. All right, but production 2, since you get it faster, you're making $24,359. So production 2 is more profitable here. And that's assuming that you're going to use all your own crops, right? So I think on this map, with this new data that we found here in testing, it makes it a lot more profitable. A lot more profitable. I mean, I know 20,000 isn't a lot, but when you're using this as, if you take it and you straight sell it, right, then you make this money. But if you use this fuel to go over to the other place, then you don't have that initial cost from your fuel, right? And you only have your initial investment of the fuel cost, right? So we could see that diesel, 15,500 liters of diesel turned into 60,000 liters of diesel. All right, so you're basically quadrupling the amount of diesel that you have now. So now whenever you start using it in your other facilities, it's really, really going to, I mean, your cost of 19.3, right, is now cut in quarters. So it's really only about $5,000 is all the cost, or the cost that you're going to have. If it's the same, right? If it takes 15,000 liters of diesel over at the next facility that we go to, you're only putting 5,000 in now because you quadrupled your amount of product that you can use. Now, if you do a production 2, we know there's 31,000, right, was a diesel cost. And we took 25,000 liters of fuel and turned it into 60. So it's about half. So it's about 15 over there. Maybe more around like 12, something like that. Well, I didn't do the math on it, but roughly about there, right? So it's really interesting. I think if you're going to be using this fuel for other facilities, it's going to be really, really interesting because if you can take 15 and turn it into 60, well then if you've got 4 other plants set up, you're going to be able to feed those plants all the time with what you're making on here every single day, right? If that makes sense. We'll get into that more detail whenever we look at the other videos. But let's go back over to gameplay. I want to show you guys something else. So what we have here, I wasn't able to show you this over on the other map. We have compost. Yeah, compost. And it looks like, I don't know, charcoal, coal, something loaded up. Let's jump in our tractor here. And we're going to scoop this up. As you guys can see right here. That is awesome. Now, what are you going to be able to do with the compost? Well, there's different things, and it kind of depends on what you're doing on the map. You can sell it. You can spread it. Let's look at our prices really quickly to see how much you can make off compost. All right, so here are our prices on compost. You can see it's the hand with the leaf and the circle around it. That is your compost signal or symbol right there. So you can see all the way at the top, we're down to $639. But then right in the middle, you know, right here, we're going to be at $913. I mean, that's a really, really good price. Oh, it goes all the way down to $597. So it looks like there's a really, really big variance, but it looks like there's tons of places to be able to sell this. I mean, absolutely tons. So your prices you should always be able to get a really good price on it. I mean, it's not a ton, but I didn't even factor this into the amount of money that you're going to be able to profit, right? So if you got 4,000 or 6,000 liters of this that you get in roughly the same amount of time, I mean, add that little bit more to this, and it's going to be that much greater. Now, another thing that we looked at in one of the previous videos was this trailer right here. Now, this is the autoload trailer for biodiesel. Now, it doesn't show anything on the back still, all right? But I want to show you this. If I take this and I pull up next to it, the same thing is going to happen, all right? Same thing's going to happen. We're going to be able to pull up right here, and it's going to start filling. Now, it's not actually putting anything in here visually, right? But it's all here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and fill this thing all the way up with 20,000 liters. Started to, didn't it? This is a great tool right here. I really, really like it. So, we are good, right? Now, what I want to show you is that you should be able to take this right over here and use it again. Now, I don't know if it's actually going to do it here in the bio. This is a little bit of a test right here, but I wanted you guys to stick around because I know in the other factories it will do it, and we will just have to see here really, really quick. Alright, so it's not going to accept biodiesel in this one, but let's go over here. We're going to throw down one more of these facilities really, really quickly. And I want to show you guys what we want to do. And the next one that we're going to do is we are going to do flower production. Alright, so I'm going to take flower plant. I'm going to put it right here. Boom, there we go. Alright, so I'm going to drive over here now. And we're going to put this right next to our tank here. Oops. Crash counter. You guys know me. I am really, really good at that. If you've been involved with the channel any at all. Alright, so as we start to back up, we can't actually put anything in here right now. But what we're going to do, we're going to go over here. We're going to turn this thing on. Alright. So right here, we're just going to buy one. There we go. Are you hearing? Are you listening? Can you hear that? It automatically starts filling. Awesome, huh? So, another thing that I want to show you is we're going to go over to a gas station. I'm going to show you how easy this stuff is to sell. So there's a couple places here in town. There's actually like 4 gas stations here on this map that you can sell biodiesel. And it's really, really easy. So I know it doesn't show up visually, and it took me a while to like get over that fact, but it's like, you know what, it's functioning okay. If it's not there visually, I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna be okay. So what we're doing, we're coming around to a gas station. It's just around this next corner right here, and you're gonna pull in right here to one of these nice spots, and watch that. It just automatically starts selling for you, and then as you pull out, you're gonna get harvest income. Check that out. That's really, really exciting. And I'm going to get stuck here. But, you know, that's everything that I wanted to show you guys. I wanted to show you that this is all working a lot better now on this map. And this is Ravensberg, everybody. Ravensberg. I'm going to go ahead and put the link down in the description below. So I definitely recommend going and checking this out. And the reason I do is because with the announcement the Giants made about the production chain, right? The production facilities. However it gets done, we don't know all the details yet. But if you're able to take product from one facility and take it to another facility, all right, I think it might be a really, really good idea to go ahead and start getting used to that concept, that idea. And if you haven't used these yet, I recommend go ahead, coming on this map, giving it a try. It's pretty easy. Even if you want to cheat it up a little bit, right? Just try them out. See how they work. Because those factories looked a lot like this. There was pallets that came out of one side. You're putting product in. They talked about butter. They talked about, you know, flour. They talked about, you know, other oils, right? Those types of things. And that's what we're going to get into. We're going to get into flour over there. We're going to have sugar. We're going to have oil. You're going to have to put other things into them. You know, I'm sure they're going to have different production levels, right? So if you're on console, definitely give these a try. It's going to give you something maybe a little bit different to work on over the summertime leading up to FS22, right? I know a lot of people, they're not getting burnt out. They're just kind of running out of ideas, right? And why not use some of these? Get on Ravensberg here. It's a great map. Like I said, everything is working really, really well. I can see everything that is supposed to be here right now. You get the pallets showing up. Now, like I said, visually, this isn't here, but it's working. Okay? And you can still pick those up, put them into a different silo. I know the all-in-one silo works really, really well. Let's go ahead and throw one of those down here really, really quick also. Now, one thing I will say, I do not have a ton of mods loaded in right now. Okay? I've got kind of the bare minimum. I've got enough. I mean, you can see that I've got the tanker from 82 Studios. It's a nice big tanker here. I've got the Phoenix loaded in. I'm not using it right now because this one's a little bit easier to get around to where I'm at right now. This is the one that comes with the game, or with the map. So you get this truck, base game, or with this map, right? It downloads automatically. It's a really, really nice one. But I've got the big West End dump trailer, and the reason because it comes out the back right here. I'll be updating with the X52 whenever it comes out. We'll be taking a look at it because I think that really big capacity would be absolutely perfect to test on here. So I'll be making sure that that one works with this pack also. But let's see, what other mods do I have? If we come over here, I mean, there's not a whole lot of extra stuff that I have loaded in. I mean, I've got government subsidy signs. I've got the camera, so it's not going to have collisions there. I'm not running precision farming right now. Okay, so that's another test for another day. And I'm not doing seasons. So I don't have seasons or the other turned on. I know that if you're going to run seasons, you need to run the very specific geo for this map. There's a Ravensberg geo if you want to run the seasons, because that's going to take up your production. It's going to handle your production for you. If you're using a different map, you're probably going to need to pay attention to what it says in the description of that map for the geo, which one's best. I think it's going to probably be the productions geo. We're going to test that out a little bit later. Once I get through all of these and make sure that everything's working good and we understand them, then we're going to start looking at the seasons aspect of this. So be on the lookout for more videos like this. If you like this one, go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you would. If you want to be kept up to date on all my latest Placeable Factories or production chain videos, that's what we're calling them, for FS19, preparing for FS22, go ahead and hit that like button. Or go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you do, hit the notification bell too. Have a great day, night, evening, everybody. Until next time, this is Driver53, signing off.